And the particular area that we are going to deal with is applying the concepts of heat. And I'll just start my presentation right away with the definition of terms. So, can we have one member taking us through the definition of terms? We start with Violet. Definition of terms.
Okay. Heat is a form of energy that naturally flows from a hotter object to a older one, to a colder one. It represents the transfer of thermal energy. Temperature versus heat. Temperature is a measure of the hotness or coldness of an object, often quantified in degree Celsius or Fahrenheit. It doesn't represent the total thermal energy, whereas heat does.
That's correct. So, we move to that slide, and we can say that heat is mainly governed by several main principles, including one, we have conduction, the transfer of heat direct through direct contact between materials, where energy is passed from particle to particle. In conduction, heat travels through materials due to the collision and vibration of atoms and molecules. It's most efficient. It is mostly efficient in solids where particles are closely packed. Now, for this slide, I want to call upon Njoroge Lucy to take us through radiation and convection. Is Njoroge Lucy with us? Faith Musonik, can you take us through radiation and convection?
Radiation is the transfer of heat through electromagnetic waves, such as infrared radiation, without the need of a medium. Radiation is the only mode of heat transfer that does not require a medium. Objects emit electromagnetic waves primarily in the infrared spectrum based on their temperature. This radiation carries energy from hotter to colder objects. Convection is the transfer of heat through the movement of fluids, e.g., liquids or gases, caused by density differences. Convection is prominent in fluids like liquids and gases. Heat transfer occurs as warmer, less dense fluid rises and cooler, denser fluid sinks in continuous circulation pattern.
That's correct. Now, there's an image there indicating the various modes of heat transfer. We have conduction, we have got radiation, and convection. That image, its main objective is just to simplify how the modes of heat transfer take place. Now, I want us to check working principle of heat, and we can say the working principle of heat is based on the second law of thermodynamics. In college, we went through thermodynamics, and thermo simply means heat. And from this principle, it states that heat naturally flows from regions of higher temperature to regions of lower temperature. This movement continues until thermoequilibrium is reached, where temperature are equal throughout. Can we have Violet taking us through kinetic theory of heat?
The kinetic theory of heat explains heat in terms of the motion of particles. As substances are heated, their particles gain kinetic energy, resulting in increased motion and collisions.
That's correct. Now, our final part.
Understanding the
Yes.
understanding these heat transfer principles is essential in various applications, including cooking, heating systems, cooling devices, and many other aspects of daily life.
Now, let's check on our conclusion. Let's have Faith summarizing for us, going through the conclusion. Faith, Faith, are you there?
Yes, I'm there.
Take us through
Heat,
the conclusion.
okay, heat is the transfer of thermal energy from hot to cold regions and is governed by conduction, convection, and radiation. The working principle of heat is the natural tendency for temperature differences to equalize. This is the knowledge. This knowledge is foundational in many practical scenarios.
Wow. Okay. Now we have got the assignment there. The assignment says that you create a presentation on heat sources, transfer, and applications. So, as you know, heat has got various sources. I want you to go and research on the various sources of heat, the transfer, and applications. Now, this is what you will do. I shall expect you to come up with a document. Ensure the document indicates your admission number and your name, and also remember to include an introduction and a conclusion of your work. So finally, remember also to do a neat work. So that's all for today. I want us now to just I want you to give me a small summary of whatever we have learned. Then we call it a day. So we start with Violet, just a small summary. Then we are through. Small summary. Anybody then? A small summary.
Okay, as for me, I have learned about definition of terms such as heat, which is a form of energy, and that naturally flows from a hotter object to a colder one. Then temperature, which is a measure of hotness or coldness of an object.
That's correct. Any other member? Any other member? So that's the end of our class today. I appreciate so much for your cooperation.